Hey Hunter, how you doing? How are you this morning? I figured I'd get on just for real quick. I'll probably will do another live later here this afternoon also, but this time I'll be outside. Good. I'm glad you're doing okay. Um, I'm not currently smoking nothing at the moment, but I will be this afternoon. I'm just waiting for it to warm up a little bit. Was out there, straighten the camper out, get the camper cleaned and stuff burned, whatever. Just a bit of a quiet morning, just by myself. Um, I did make a regular video yesterday afternoon for about, I don't know, close to 5 minute video. Um, so this afternoon I will be probably do a regular video and a live. Just all depends on if nothing else comes up. Because you never know now. Well, I mean, I ain't doing nothing now, but I might get a phone call or so forth and so on. I did find my tin of, it's a wintertime blend. Found it in the camper. I checked it. Thank God, no mold, no nothing to it. Um, I'm trying to debate on which pipe to use here later. We'll see. Um, I might go with C&D's folklore because I never had it before, and I'll find a general good spot to sit where there wouldn't be too much of a wind noise going on. Of course, I made the video by the barns yesterday. If it ain't too bad this afternoon with the wind wise, I might use that barn as my backdrop. Uh, and see how it goes. So, just got halfway watching Flat Cat Piper and Native Fire popping the 10. It is, the name of it is, I know it's Cobblestone. Cobblestone Plum Rum, popping the 10. Uh, Flat Cat Piper and Miss Lady Fire. Um, you don't hear my TV because I got my earphones plugged into the TV. These here, which is plugged into my TV, so I can watch my TV and listen. Doesn't disturb anybody. Um, Getting back into regular videos, getting back into the lives, getting back into smoking the pipes. I had to go pick up some few stuff up yesterday, and I had to pick up another key for the Mar, the original. But the funny thing is, I'll show you something. Now, most Mars, riding Mars today takes a key like this. But I'm going to tell you guys a little trick. If you remember back in the day, you got these old riding motors took a key like that. Okay? Here's an old dog, and here's an old school trick. Say that you get a mower that takes a key like this. Use mower. And you have an old riding mower key like this. Guess what? This mower here will start a newer mower. Just like the guy here, he's got a brand new toy built out there. Say like he so happens to lose his new key. I can come in here. I got like 3 or 4 of these keys. Like this one. I'm not going to give him this here. I'll come here and get my other set. Keys like this. I can go out there and start that motor up. That's the reason why I carry the old lawnmower keys like this on me at all times. I have proven to several guys many a times that you can start the newer motor because you got to have a key like this. Well, guess what? I can take that old motor key that I got and take it out there and start that motor up. This key here. Of course, the rest of these keys are my lock keys. And I'll tell you another trick too, guys. If you're wearing a pair of bibs and you're afraid to put your keys in your bib pockets, get you one of these or get you one of these here. Okay? Usually on your bibs, you got a thing here for a pocket watch to put your pocket watch on. You can take out there and clip it. And you can stick your keys on there. Or vice versa. These things are for your keys, guys. I can hook that in there, take the keys, snatch it, and it fit right in my pocket thing there, and I know where my keys are. I do this all the time with this. People might think I'm nuts, crazy. I do that. Only thing I got to do is unbutton, pull out, unhook, use my keys, hook it back up. I do that because, you never know. I'll never know when I'm going to have to use the lawnmower key at any given time. That's the trick of the trade to use. Now, this lawnmower key, the one I just got this, it's only $2.33. You can go to like Home Depot and go to the lawnmower sections, and you can pick one up and pick it to. I mean, they're cheap. It's only $2.33. This type of lawnmower key. This type. have go buy 3 or 4 of them. Just like the other old lawnmower key I got. I got like about 3 or 4 of these. And the reason being you have get about you 2 or 3 of these, have one on your main set of keys and have 2 or 3 on another set. That's why if you happen to be with somebody and they say, "Oh shoot, I forgot my key," say like they had to go to the garage or to the barns or something, and they've got their key, well, you can pull yours out and say, "Well, here, I'll let you use mine, but I want my keys back." You know, that's how I do it. Now, just like him, I'm going to tell him here later. I'm going to talk with him in a good way. I'm going to tell him, "Hey, go pick you up 2 or 3 sets. Go pick you up a couple of those keys like I got. It'll fit in that more." He's got one, I'm trying to tell him, never, ever, ever leave your key in your riding mower. Because if somebody will happen to come up in your yard and they see that mower sitting there, that brand new mower sitting right out here, and garage door wide open. I told him here one day, I said, "Man," I said, "you better take that key out and put it in your glove box or put it up where you know it, where that key's at." I said, "I gotta say," I said, "if something happens," I got extra keys if you need to use it. But I said, if somebody happened to pull in here without me knowing it, and they see that kid not murder and they can follow that murder up, they can take it. They just got them a free, almost practically brand new Toro. No, toy belt. That's a practically brand new motor sitting out there. And I said, "Then what we gonna do? What you gonna do about it?" "Oh no," but I said, "You don't know that." I said, "You don't know." Oh, drinking Fago Cola. But you never know. Now mine's over in the barns. Looked at a couple of mowers yesterday, commercial mowers. They got these new Cub Cadets out now, commercial mowers. Now these are the stick-driven ones, 0 turns. Seen a real nice Cub Cadet. I'm looking awful hard to get it. 50-inch deck, 23, 24 horsepower. But where you sit on it, where your feet at, well, right in front of there's set headlights. Now I looked at a John Deere one yesterday, same size deck, motor, everything. Don't have the headlights on the front. Same size deck, same size motor, and the price between both of them are, with everything, tax and all, anywhere from, I say, about $1,700 to over $2,000 difference. The Cub Cadet was $3,799 for a 50-inch deck, 23 horsepower motor. It's got the headlights on it. Everything what you need. The John Deere one, I think it's a 24 horse, 50-inch deck. They wanted $5,100 and some dollars and some change. That's before tax. So what I'm thinking about doing is, I said I compare price. I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he was surprised how much knowledge that I had. I'm not bragging. How much knowledge I had on these motors. And I said, "You have to look around shop for them, man." I said, Yeah, I said I like the John Deere one. So don't get me wrong, but I said if this company does cheaper and this got what I need and everything, I'm gonna buy this one. But I said it'll be in a couple months. I said I ain't gonna rush into getting one now because I'm not gonna sit out and let it sit in the barn out in the weather. You know, to exactly, and that's in a roundabout way what we was kind of talking about. But I'm a John Deere guy. I love John Deere's. Don't get me wrong, I love them. But if I can, but if I can save money on a mower, I'm gonna get that mower. Now, do I like commercial zero turns better than I do a regular riding mower? Yes. Now, that's what I told him. Because I'm debating on between two things coming up here around April, because that's when usually when people start buying. I said, if I get a zero turn, I said, then I'm going to take this other mower, take the deck off of it, and just use it for pulling the trailers and stuff with it. But if I get a subcompact tractor, which's got the loader deck on it, you know, then I'll take this other mower and use it for just pulling the my pull behind trailer or a regular trailer or whatever. Cause I got a hitch ball on the back now on this mower. Um, but I said we'll see what happens because the reason why I was wanting to get a subcompact tractor with the loader is because there's so much work that needs to be done out here. It just ain't funny. He's got to the point where I mean he could do some stuff, but it takes him long to get it done because of his knees and stuff and his legs. So we got talking about it yesterday, and I said, "Now listen, now I want you to listen to me." I said, "I'm going to start from the garage to the barns." I said, "Now if I get the subcompact tractor, it's got the loader on it." I said, "It'll make it 10 times easier." I said, "If your neighbor can let us use his dump trailer over here. Like he's got like one or two dump trailers over here to where he can put gravel, trash, whatever." I told him, I said, what we can do is I said we'll pull your modern stuff out, and I said I got to move the camper out of the road because I want that camper. I said before we do that, I said I'm going to weed eat, mow, whatever I got to do. And I said because I want to take this camper over by the barns. And I said, then we'll pull your trailer, your mower out. And I said, if he lets us use that dump trailer, I said, only thing we got to do is for me to pull my tractor, the tractor up in there. Only thing we gotta do is just throw stuff in the bucket, load that bucket up, then I can just rip it out of there, dump it. If we could do that, we can have that done within a day, cleaned out, clean, swept out, whatever. Because I said I like to use that garage because his air compressor's right out here, whatever. So, and I said there's a lot of stuff over here I want to move over. I said we could take that trailer right you got right there and move it. Well, I'd like to stick that in the garage and redo it. Well, that's fine. I can have it. I said if you want that sucker repainted and done, I said I can have it done within a week. Done right. But I said there's an area over here by the barn that's got to be mowed down. And I told him, I said, I'll cut that grass over there down to the point where we can move stuff over. Because I said I'm going to start here from the garage and work myself over to the barns. All this is going to be wiped out. I said it might take me uh, about 2 weeks. As long as there ain't no rain, whatever. And I said I got to change if we got to lift something. But I said we're going to get this properly straightened out because I said it looks like a daggone eyesore. I said, I'm trying to be mean. But I said, it's going to look nice. It's going to look nice. So we're going to get everything organized around here. To where everybody can say, oh, wow, it looks nice. Oh, wow. I said, and everything too, I told him, I said, the guys that need to stay here, because say he works for a farmer. He worked with this guy for like almost 40 years, so he's up in his 60s. I said, he's letting you stay here for free as long as you live. Right? Yes. So in return for allowing him, because this is what I can't explain to him, since he's nice enough to let you do that, do something for him. It's called gratitude. And I said, I ain't trying to make you feel bad or make you feel like you can't do nothing and make you feel like you're worthless piece of crap or something. No. Hey, you're up. Hey, you can't. I said, in your mind that you could do it, but your body's telling you otherwise. Listen to your body. You can't get out to do what you used to do 20, 30 years ago. I told him, I just got this client here the other day when I'm sitting now. And I come out and told him, I said, man, I said 20 years ago, I said, I can lift this thing up I can lift this thing up by myself and carry it in the house and laugh about it. I said, anymore. Sorry about my phone going off, guys. I said, I'm at the point in my life now I can't do half the stuff I used to. I told myself I can't do things like I did 20 years ago or 10 years ago. I said, my body won't let me. So I said, that's why, and that's why I'm trying. I said, that's why I think ahead. I said, you work smarter, not harder. I said, why do you think I got that trailer? Why do you think that I'm getting the stuff that it'll be 10 times easier on both of us to get this stuff done? I looked at it side by side. Yes, because I was telling him, I'm going to look that side by side. Said, what's that? I said, what do you mean? He said, what's the side by side? I said, I'm sorry. I said, it's like a John Deere Gator or that there. I said, that's what it's called, side by side. Looked at it yesterday, and it's $10,999. 4x4 dump bed and all that on there, the whole bells and whistles on it. One wrench on the front. And I told him, I said, see, and I see something like that. I said, now, would I pay that price for it? No. He said, well, why wouldn't you? It's a 4x4. Headlights, one wrench on it. I said, yeah, but stop and think about it. I said, you remember the ones we seen down at, where was down Chillicothe? Um, oh, I can't think the name of the place down there now. It'll come to me. Um, Roll King. It was Roll King. And I said, you remember the one down there for the same price this one? He says, yeah. I said, now I'll pay the price for that one down there. I said, you know why I'll pay the price for it? I said, number one, it's got doors on, it's got glass. I said, it's got AC in it, heat, one wrench. I said, this is an open door. I said, what happens if you, I said, what happens? I said, because there's 8 acres out here, 8 acres of land. And I said, what happens if we go down to your, I said, what happens if your boss comes down and needs you and he sees there and he asks you, hey, do you mind if we use that? And he says, well, I'll have to talk to Jeff about it because it's his. And I'll tell him, I'll tell the guy that he works for us, yeah, you can use it as long as you drive it. And I said, what happens if you're out in the middle of out there and doing something? And I said, say like his equipment breaks down and his truck is nowhere and you're close in that side by side. Okay, you can drive out. And I said, what happens if it starts raining on you? Y'all gonna get wet. I said, now do you see where I'm coming from? I'd rather have the doors with the glass on the sides. That's way, you know, nobody gets wet. You're nice and dry. Whatever. I said, you have to think ahead of time. I said, something like that, yeah, that's fine. And I said, yeah, I'd like to get something that, like a tarp like. You see it on these pickup trucks, they got that cover on their beds. You got the hard top and the soft top. Now I said, now I like to find something to put on that bed. That's way if you go to the barns and get some tools or something and put it in there and the top's covered and you can take the tailgate, put it up, I said, what happens? Say like it starts raining. The stuff's dry. Don't have to worry about your tools getting wet, getting run, or like a bag of seed or fertilizer. You don't have to worry about getting wet or run. I said, you guys don't think, and that's like me and him discussion. You guys don't think ahead. Got to think about this type of stuff. I said, now if I happen to get the subcom, I said, now I have a choice. I said, now if I happen to get this compact tractor, now, I don't mind if you use it, but I want you to be doggone dang careful on that thing. I said, I said, I'll take your word for it. Well, see, the next door neighbor's got one. Well, there's one day he said, I'll be back, Jeff. He said, I'm going to go over and see if I can get his tractor. Well, the guy I know the guy. Well, anyways, he went and asked him if he could use his tractor. Well, he comes back over. Next thing I know, I see him come over with his tractor. I said, what happened? He says, oh, he ain't gonna let me run that. Run what? Then I see him coming. And I'm standing there thinking to myself, well, I don't blame him. You know, when you're talking anywhere from a 16,000 to 20, anywhere from 15 to $25,000 piece of equipment. He's got a loader. It came with everything on it. The loader, the mower, the backhoe attachment. But he's got the backhoe attachment off of it and the motor deck off of it. And I'm standing there thinking, well, I don't blame him because if something would happen to it, he's got to pay for it. And then I didn't want to say nothing from this guy. And I got to watching him. And I'm not knocking him. Because he's got a load of gravel out here that he wants to spread through his driveway out here. Now I'm not knocking the guy. Bless him. But in his mind, he thought he knew what he was doing. To me, he he was in the way he was babying it. It's like I really don't want to run it. I really don't want to push it to the limits. I'm just going to take my time. And I'm standing here thinking, man, come on, man. That's what's for to use. Don't be scared of it. Don't be scared of it. Don't baby it. You might as well just go over and, park it. And when he did all this packing out here, I came in and I kind of told him, I said, man, I said, I didn't want to say nothing in front of him, but I said, I ain't going to last long out there. Oh, it'll be awesome. I'm telling you, it's going to take more. And now this is what I told him, it's going to take more gravel to pack all that down out here. I said it may last you. I said it may last not even a week out here. But I said I'm not. I told him I'm not knocking him. But I said you're come from somebody that's done this job. You're looking at somebody that's been through this. I said 3 baby scoops on each hole. It's not gonna do it. It won't. I said, what you got? I said, what you got to do? I said, you got to drive out in there, and at the same time, you got your bucket tilt, and you drive out in there, and each time you're driving out in there, you're picking that bucket up. Well, you're picking up tilting at the same time until you get almost a full bucket full. Then do it. He said, I'll be alright. I said, okay. Well, now he's back into the position that he was before. But I didn't say nothing. I didn't tell him, that I was right or, I told you so or, whatever. But I said he did all right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I said he did all right, but you got to learn how to do everything. You got to know how far to push it. I said I don't know if you and we talked about. I said I don't know if he was afraid he was going to bust a hard drive line or run the bucket. I said with those type of tractors like that, I said that bucket can hold over 1,000 pounds, about 1,500 pounds. That's the weight limit. It's about 1,500 pounds, like 1,500 pounds of gravel to use to do whatever. But like I told him too, I said you just got to learn how to run the equipment. Just like here the other day, we got talking. He said, "Oh, I can get the backhoe." Okay, and then I got the wheels in my head started turning. Cause see, his boss owns a backhoe and an excavator. Well, the wheels in my head started turning because he said something here a while back. He said, "Well, I don't run the equipment anymore. I I can't run the tractors or drive the semis anymore, even though he's got his CDL license. It's because he has a bad habit of going to sleep behind the wheel." And I told him, I said, legally by law, I said, you could drive a backhoe and use the backhoe as long as you're not on a public roadway using that backhoe. Like a roadway or at a cemetery. He says, why? I said, you got to have a license for it. Oh, no, you don't. That's Crockett blank. So I pulled it up on my phone. I showed him. I said, you got to have a license. I said, now, as long as you're running that front loader on there, that front bucket, they can't say nothing to you. Or I said, the only way you can use that backhoe if you're on your own private property using it, and there's nothing nobody can do about it. Now, I said, now you can use it anywhere you want to use. Now, I said, now if you got a subcompact tractor that's got one, then you can use one of those. But far as I'm talking about a backhoe like a Case or a John Deere, whatever. I said you got to have a backhoe license to actually use one. I said, because I said, my cousin, he was a supervisor, he was a superintendent of the cemetery, and he had to have his. He had to go get, in other words, you got to go and get training for it, get a certified, a certificate to actually run one. Because I said, only thing God covers you to say that you're a licensed operator, because you may be on a job site that covers you and whoever you're working for. Because I said, they'll ask you, hey, do you got a backhoe operating license to run this backhoe? I said, the only thing I'd license covers you to do is run a backhoe, excavator, uh, so forth and so on, if you're on a public job, like a construction company, working for the city, the state. You got to have that certification in that to do it. You just can't say, yeah, I know how to run, just jump up there and do it. Now, as far as running the farm equipment or some subcompactor or a mini excavator. Now, if you got a construction company and you are doing the job, you got, for one, make sure, because people will check you, see if you're certified and insured, bonded. Because if something will happen on that job site and something gets damaged, it's going to come back on you. Then they're going to check you, they're going to run you, and see if you're this, not the other. They're going to see if you're insured, bonded, certified. That's why a lot of people, and that's what I was trying to tell him. I said, if you look at some of these people that advertise, they're looking for a certified. I said, they don't want, I said, in other words, they don't want no backyard backhoe digger. In other words, I said, they don't want no shade tree backhoe digger coming up in there, really don't know what the heck they're doing. They think they got the experience running, and something happens, there they are. You're both screwed. They're screwed, you're screwed. I said, it's like a shade tree mechanic. You know what I mean? It's like a shade tree mechanic. He ain't certified. He's just a backyard, um, like a backyard mechanic. So, I mean, it's just something that you have to take into consideration. And that's the reason why you always have to watch people, because they say, yeah, I'm certified. Well, where's your paperwork? It'll be like uh, a preacher. Most church, you tell me, yeah, I'm an evangelist or whatever. Okay. Most churches that are denominational, which means they got a home base office that oversees all these churches, like the Catholic Church or the Methodist Church, the Presbyterian Church. They got one big main office that oversees all. Well, if you go any town, well, they're going to want to see your credentials. They want to see the papers to prove that you're a minister. Or if you want to go, because it happened to me and my ex one time. Um, we went try to get this church. Well, the ministerial board was over that. They had to say, okay, we need to see your credentials. We need to see your paperwork that you are licensed and ordained. Cause they just ain't gonna give anybody. They ain't gonna take your word. They gotta see the paperwork. That's the same way with a lot of these job sites on the construction site. If you own a construction company, they want to see your paperwork. Say like you gotta go tear down like a school or tear down these house or you put a bid in for tear down these houses to the city. Say, well, we got say like me, okay, we got 4 houses needs to be torn down. We're taking bids. Okay, I'll put my bid in and say I come out the winner of the bid, but they want to see my content. Hey, Paul, long time, long see. How you doing? So therefore, I have to submit my credentials, my paperwork, proving that I actually own a construction company. My license number, because you got to have a license number. I have to show proof of insurance. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. How are you? I have to show proof of insurance. I have to show my bonding. I have to make sure all my equipment is insured. My equipment, my equipment's got to be insured like your automobile. It's got to have car insurance. So just in case something would happen on the job site. Good, good, good. You're very welcome, Sharon. Um, so say I carry $1 million insurance on all my equipment and everything. What that does, just in case, say like I'm turning down this house, for instance. But everybody's been forewarned to stay away. I give the date, time, and how long I'm going to be here cleaning this property up. But I have to make sure it's just me and my crew. And say like everybody shows up, and say like one of my piece of equipment will happen to hit one of their vehicles by accident or somebody gets hurt, my $1 million insurance will kick in and cover everything. Between whoever's running out, it does make a difference who runs out equipment because my $1 million insurance is covering them. Or I accidentally hit something that I shouldn't hit, my insurance will pay for it. See, there's where a lot of people don't understand the concept of what these construction companies or whoever's got their little company going. It's just like even if I own a lawnmower business and I'm doing yards, I have to have insurance. Have insurance and be bonded. Why? So if I'm say I'm out here doing this property, and I got contracted to do this property for from April to October. So you're looking April, May, June, July, August, September, October. There's 7 months worth of work. Okay, I can go to the guy that owns the property. I say, okay, here's 7 months worth of work. That's the mowing, the weed eating, maintaining. Okay, here's my price. So for say like I said, there's 8 acres here. So say I do 4 acres of it. Okay, and I say okay for 4 acres of ground. That's for my weed eating and my mowing. I said that's going to be 150 a week. So you take. I'll give you the price here in just a second. Okay, you take 150 a week and sometime times four. Okay, there's $600. That's $600 a month. So you take 600 times 7. Okay, that's $4,200. Now, there's 3 ways I could take out money. It's either you pay me 150 a week, or you pay me $600 a month, and or you can pay me $4,200 just for that 7 months. There's 3 ways I can take out money. Well, no, I'm just saying that, Paul. Now I could do that because see the inflation here now. It's through the roof. It is through the roof. The way the gas prices are here, gas here the other day was $3.49. $3.49 a gallon. That's just gas. Diesel fuel. Diesel fuel is about $4 and something a gallon. I worked with the guy last year doing fence, and he's got a diesel truck. And he went to have a tank of gas a little bit below half. It cost him over $100 just to fill his truck up. Now it's double that now. To just drive his diesel. He's got a Ford 250 Super Duty. I've seen him pull. I've seen on his truck alone pull over anywhere from 15 to 2,000 pounds just on his truck. Now this guy here, his boss got a 350. Now that's a pull. I got a friend of mine. Now get this. Now you can get a truck, a Ford truck. You can get a Ford 450. Okay, buddy of mine's got one. He can pull right behind that truck like it's there. He can pull 2,500 pounds or more. And I don't feel like there's nothing behind him. But now, if he would have went up to a Ford 550, that would have been considered as a commercial truck. Commercial. which means you got to have a CDL license to drive that truck. Which he's already got his CDLs because he's a truck driver. But he went with the 450. I've rode in his truck several times. It's like riding on air in his truck. But my main thing is when you have, but see, for me to do his yard, I had to make sure I'm licensed and bonded. The reason why I say that is that's way if I would happen to hit something and it would hit either say like the wind is here or his truck or somebody gets hurt, my insurance will kick in and will pay for it. Now, would that cause my insurance go up? Yes. Now, I could go out here and mow this yard any given time I want. Well, it ain't summer yet, but here before long it will be. But what I'm saying is, I'm taking the risk because I don't got no insurance or no nothing on me to do it. But I go through the yard and I scheme everything out. I make sure everything's cleaned up, everything's well maintained, well taken care of. Um, but I am. I mean, we got a burn barrel out here where we could burn brush or whatever. But I'm going to talk to him too, even though this guy here may tell me, yeah, you could go ahead and move this, but I'd rather talk to the guy that owns the property because there's some stuff that needs to be moved. I like to get it moved. I'm going to explain. I said I'm going to tell him, man, I want to talk to him. Why? You know, 'cause I can hear him now. Why? I said, well, I'm going to straighten up this back end up down through here, and I said, you may tell me it's okay to move it, but then on the other hand, he may not want that moved. Maybe he's got that there for a particular reason. You know, I don't want to take that tractor with the loader up to it and put a chain to it and assume it's okay for me to move it, and I go move it, and he shows up and he's going to say, well, where's this at? Where's that at? Why did you move it for? And then he's jumping me. He said, well, what did you move? Well, he said it was okay for me to move it. Then he's going to come up here and rip his hind end, and he's going to tell him, well, you should have never said nothing to him and give him the okay. You should have come to me first and asked if it was okay. There's where communication comes in line, guys. That's why you and see what's kind of hurt me at the moment is every time he goes over here to his boss's house and I'm in the truck, he's all, oh, I'll be right back. You just sit right here. Okay. And I'm getting this odd feeling that, okay, why? Is there something there that you don't want to tell me? Or is it because if I go in there and talk to him, explain to him what's, you know, I'm off my shirt. Hey, since you're nice enough to let me stay there with him and make sure he's okay and stuff. Here, here's my gratitude. My gratitude towards you is this. Okay, I'll straighten everything up. You know, if you tell me, if you come out there with me when it's nice and we walk through and say, and I ask you, hey, okay, is it okay if I, move all this stuff out and me clean it up and straighten everything up and organize it to where, if you, and I said, I'll put it back where it was, but I'll organize it to where it'll be easy for you to get to it just in case you need it. Is that going to be an issue? That afraid that in your mind that I'm going to take over your job when you know deep down that I'm not trying to? Are you afraid that he's going to hire me to come out on his property and he'll ask me if I can do it and prove to him that I can do it, and then for me to take over the job? No, it's a and and I'm going to talk to this guy. I may jump with two clues. I don't want to step out of bounds on anything, but I'm going to say, hey man, he's let me stay here. I appreciate you allowing me to stay here to help him. I'm paying him, but here, let me do this. I can have this proper, you know. Excuse me. I said, I tell man, I said I'll organize it to where, I said I can organize on each side of the barns. I said if you let me pour everything out, scrape everything out, mow it, trim it, whatever. I said I'll organize stuff on both sides to where, and all the way around I'll move stuff where you want it. You tell me where you want it, I'll move it. I said, that's why you don't have to go curve down here over the freaking hill to get this, or you don't have to go curve down there to get that. Everything will be organized up towards this way to where it don't look so bad. And in the back of my mind, it's like I don't want to hurt his feelings or offend him. But on the other hand, you know, well, guys, I'm going to have to get off here. I got a few things I got to do. I just haven't seen the time. I shall be back on here later on, hopefully. Y'all be safe, be well. This Hoff Mafia Piper. Keep them lit, keep the embers burning, and y'all take care.